Hello, my name is Betty Guadagno, and I am a near-death experiencer. I'm a grateful person in recovery, and I recently started taking weight loss medication. So I kind of want to share about my Ozempic and Manjaro journey and the things that have come up for me. So I'm a person who is a drug addict. I've been in recovery from my drug addiction for the last 5 years and 5 months. And along the way, I became very hyper aware of the fact that I have many eating disorders. Now, I should have known this before because in active addiction, I was 300 pounds. I was like the fattest heroin addict that you've ever could imagine. And then I started smoking methamphetamine the last couple of years of my active addiction, and I completely withered away. I lost 100 pounds in 3 months. On the left is January of 2018, and on the right is April of 2019. And obviously, I'm cracked out of my head in both pictures. I'm visibly high on heroin in this one, and I'm super high on meth in the other one. Okay, so the reason why I'm showing that is because weight has always been an issue for me, especially the last couple of years of active addiction. My addiction told me that I had to keep using meth because if I didn't, I would get fat again, and we didn't want that. And so I stayed strung out on drugs for a really long time trying to maintain my weight. Now, I went into treatment and I started to develop binging and purging disorders, and I really went completely out of control. And then in 2022, I started to get some balance in my life. I had years away from the binging and purging, and I used to abuse laxatives, and I would use everything that I could to try to purge myself or to feel like I was in control of what was happening in my body. And I realized then that I was using sugar as a drug. And the way that I realized that was I had just got done speaking at a conference. I felt super accomplished. I had done an amazing job. And there was this long line of people waiting to talk to me after my presentation. And all I could think about was, when the fuck are these people going to be done talking so that I can go to the store and go buy some muffins? All I wanted to do was sedate myself with sugar. I could not handle the feeling of success, the feeling of accomplishment. It made me recoil. I just wanted to medicate and sedate it. And so I had ended up becoming around 200 pounds in that process. And so this is a side by side of me right when I realized that sugar was a real issue for me and I had to stop eating it. I went to a hypnotherapist who helped me dismantle that sugar addiction. And this is me. I lost about 15, 20 pounds just from exercising, not eating sugar. I mean, I lost weight immediately after not eating sugar. Okay, so I let go of sugar. I'm a gluten-free vegan. What else can I do to control what's going into my body? So then my friend tells me about this weight loss medication. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, I go to the gym all day, every day. I'm like constantly there. I go 5 days a week. My weight is not moving. I'm going to try to use this medicine. So she would basically hook me up with like a drug dealer who was just selling it like out of their house. And it was really cheap at first. And then it became more expensive because that's what drug dealers do. And so then I went to Weight Watchers Clinic and I signed up to get weight loss medication. And, it's like a whole process where you tell them your weight, and I typed in my weight and they said, no, you don't weigh enough. You don't qualify for the medicine. And I said, okay, well then delete, delete, delete. Okay, I actually weigh this much. And they said, okay, great, you qualify. All you have to do is send us a picture of you on a scale to confirm that this is your weight. And I was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. So I grabbed my dining room table chair and 5 pairs of jeans, and I put myself on the scale. And now the scale reads the number that I needed to read. And so this is the insanity. I'm trying to paint a picture of the fact that my brain is wrapped around this aspect of addiction. So I qualify for the medicine. I start taking it. I start losing weight immediately. I'm feeling great about it. It takes away all my hunger, all the noise in my head about what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat, how much I'm going to eat, who am I going to eat with. All of that noise is turned off. In fact, I never think about food, and I have to force myself to start eating because days go by where I'm not eating. Then I realized that I'm developing a new eating disorder, and anorexia is coming into my life because the thought of food starts to make me nauseous. And the idea of having to put food into my body to nourish myself makes me want to gag. And so I am now on a new extreme. It used to be binge eating, and now it's starving myself. And not only starving myself, but over exercising in the process and making myself really, really sick. So in this process, I develop gallstones, which I already had an issue with because I've gone back and forth between 300 and 200 pounds multiple times in my life. And you get gallstones by losing large amounts of weight very quickly. So I stopped eating basically. And recently I fainted and I hurt myself pretty badly. And I live by myself, and I was like, okay, I could have hit my head on a table and I could have killed myself. And even though I've died and had a beautiful near-death experience, I'm not done here. So I'm not looking to do that. So anyway, I'm making a video about what my journey's been like. Basically, the weight loss medicine gave me new eating disorders, but it also helped me understand the concept of conscious eating because I don't actually need to be feeding myself 3 times a day. I just need to be able to listen to my hunger cues, which have now come back since I stopped taking the medicine, and I'm not binging either. So why am I sharing all of this? I don't know. Maybe it would be helpful for somebody. Basically, all of this is wrapped up in the character defect of vanity. I think that I have to look a certain way in order to achieve success, that a certain number needs to be on the scale in order for me to be loved or likable or valued, that the tag inside my pants needs to read a certain number for people to like me. And, this is all the insanity of the programming of the world around me, the belief systems that were instilled in me as a little kid. So this is something that I'm healing and overcoming right now. And I'm really grateful for everything that I'm learning about myself in this journey. And I'll just share a picture of the difference between 5 years ago and today. And this is me. I'm like really, really drunk in this picture. And this is me just the other day. So this is me around 300 pounds, and this is me at 160 pounds. And anyway, I'm really grateful to be in a healthier place. I'm grateful that I'm able to exercise my body and to go to the gym and to do fun things. And would I recommend the medicine? Yes, I would. But I would also say that support is needed. So I started going back to an eating disorder fellowship, a 12-step fellowship, so that I can feel supported in this part of my journey. And it's been really helpful. So if anybody out there is listening and looking for support, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to connect you to some free community. And thanks for letting me get vulnerable and share.